Hello everyone, my name's Moose, and today we're going to be reading a chapter from a Sonic/fiction. Hope you guys all enjoy. Sonic woke up. The alarm clock was ringing as it did every morning. Sonic then sighed and turned it off, trying to remember what day it was. The date didn't come to him as it naturally did. He then slowly stepped out of bed, walked over to his dresser and pulled out a pair of jeans, sliding them on, then grabbed a green t-shirt and walked out of his room, heading for the kitchen while putting it on. He opened the refrigerator and pulled out the milk and poured himself a glass of milk and downed it quickly. He then put on his shoes and walked into the living room and plopped down on the couch. He then finally noticed that Shadow wasn't around. He shrugged to himself. It wasn't unlike Shadow to be gone early in the morning here and there. Another day, he muttered. He looked at the clock, 6:50. He tried to relax, but something was bugging him, and he couldn't figure it out. Sonic grunted, trying to figure out what today was, and suddenly he heard his phone ring. He looked at the arm of the couch and picked up his cell phone laying on it and answered it. "Hello?" he asked. "Sonic, where the hell are you?" Knuckles yelled. "Knuckles? What are you talking about?" Sonic asked, his voice slightly groggy. "You idiot. Don't you know what today is?" Knuckles asked. "Huh?" Sonic muttered, confused. He was sure today was something important, but he didn't remember. "It's the first day of our sophomore year in high school, moron," Knuckles shouted. "I'm at the school. Where are you?" Sonic's eyes widened, and he sped back to the kitchen, desperately looking for his calendar, hoping Knuckles was just pulling some prank on him. But sure enough, it was August the 23rd, the first day of school. That's kind of weird. I'm just gonna break out of character right now. When does school start on August 23rd? That seems like a really arbitrary day to just choose. Like I don't know why. Why would they start on the 23rd? That's before. I've always started on the 1st. Anyway. "Shit," Sonic yelled. Then he ran back to the living room, looking for his book bag. "You honestly didn't remember?" Knuckles yelled back. "Shut up. I'll see you when I get to the school, okay?" Sonic told him. Yeah. Wait. Alright. Knuckles started, but before he could finish, Sonic hung up and shoved the phone in his pocket. Sonic growled, "That bastard! Why didn't he freaking wake me up?" Sonic yelled. Why didn't he just say fuck? He was pissed that Shadow had let him sleep while he got ready for school. He then continued looking, wondering where in the hell he put it. Put his book bag, I'm assuming. You should really clarify that. He then looked behind the couch and finally found his book bag, squished in between the couch and the wall. How did that get there? Sonic muttered to himself. But he pushed that thought away as he put it on and sped out the door, shutting it on the way, and ran through the streets, heading for school. He was there in about 20 seconds. At the school, Knuckles, Amy, and Shadow stood in front of the high school, everyone else walking inside. Knuckles grunted in confusion, while Amy was waiting patiently for the boy of her dreams, Sonic, who she knew that one day would accept her love. Shadow just sighed. "He's late," Knuckles grunted. Shadow glanced at the red echidna. He was wearing a black shirt, beige slacks, I can't talk, and his normal shoes, which Shadow always thought vaguely resembled a pair of clown shoes. Not that he ever voiced his opinion to Knuckles. Hey, Knuckles, you got clown shoes?" "Since when is he not?" Shadow asked. Knuckles nodded, understanding. "Good point," the crimson echidna muttered. "I thought you were his roommate now or something." "So? Why are these high schoolers roommates? Why is Sonic a high schooler? Anyway, so, you didn't bring him with you? Knuckles asked. His problem is he didn't wake up on time. Not mine, Shadow told him. I see, Knuckles mumbled. He then continued to... It just stops right there. He then continued to what? Where? What did he do? What did Knuckles continue to do? What was he doing to begin with? Anyway, a sudden breeze then picked up, sending a slight shiver down Amy's spine. She wished she had brought a jacket, but she was so looking forward to seeing Sonic on her first day of high school she forgot. Love. It was annoying sometimes, but hopefully in the end worth it. The two guys, however, ignored the cool breeze, still waiting. She sighed, wondering why Shadow got to be roommates with Sonic and not her. Probably because you're high schoolers and kind of having like co-ed living is a little bit weird until you're like in college. It's just not fair, she thought. I'm sure I'll be here soon, she told them. I can feel it. A fortune teller now, Amy? Knuckles asked, a smirk on his lips. Kiss off, Amy growled. With you, I'd rather kiss a frog, Knuckles said. Got her. Angry that her retort had backfired, and that Knuckles had just made fun of her, Amy reached into her hammer space. Wait, what's a hammer space? What, does she just have a space where her hammer goes? I think this author really needs to clarify these things. Is he talking her vagina? Is he actually like talking her vagina? Hammer space, is that another word for vagina? Does she put her hammer in her vagina? That is what I'm asking. This is a slash fiction, alright? I need to know these things. Ready to pull out her Pico hammer and bash him in, when Shadow suddenly grabbed her arm, stopping her. Amy looked at him confused. Shadow? She asked. He's here, Shadow mumbled, just loud enough for her to hear. Why did they have to mumble that to each other? It's not like Sonic is like trying to be like, sneaky, and they're like, oh shit, it's Sonic. Better fucking go after him, I guess. Amy's eyes then sparkled as she smiled, happy that she was finally going to get to see her blue hero after a whole summer. The three then spotted a blue object. It was just a trash can. Nearly hurtling down the streets, a blue stake of light following close behind. Sonic, Amy said out loud, her words coming out as a dreamy sigh. The azure hedgehog then came to a complete stop about 4 feet away in front of them. Steak. Kicking up dirt and leaves, making Knuckles and Amy cough slightly. But Shadow stood, not faltered. Hey guys, Sonic said. He then saw Shadow and glared at him for 2 seconds before stopping and letting out his cocky signature smile. Knuckles was about to treat Sonic to one of his mouth-marked comments until Amy suddenly ran up to Sonic, hugging him. Sonic, oh, I missed you. Did you miss me? Amy asked, her grip tightening by the second. Whoa, Amy, stop. I can't breathe, Sonic shouted, seeing caught a few eyes of the other students who were still walking by. Amy then loosened her grip, allowing azure to slip from her grasp. Just the color. She just allowed the color of Sonic to slip from her grasp. Nice to see you, Sonic, Shadow told him. Sonic smiled at Shadow, who smiled back. Sonic recalled the night they shared 2 weeks ago. He shivered slightly at that remembrance, as it was the only time out of the entire summer the two had done that. The only time they ever did that. Am I missing some details? Was there a chapter before this? But they still secretly became a couple. Oh. Going to the movies, eating out Eating out where? What are we eating out? Is Sonic eating out Shadow the Hedgehog? Things like that. Amy was confused at why Sonic and Shadow would be smiling at each other. I don't know, because they're fucking friends. Why would they be? Why? Alright, have you ever, not smiled at a friend before? Just be like, oh, this piece of shit. This fucking piece of shit. I swear to God. Why is she confused? Do friends never smile at each other in this universe? But she kept her comments to herself, not wanting to be rude. Same goes for you too, Sonic replied. Knuckles then looked back at the school, then his watch. 6:58. Guys, we have about 2 minutes to get inside and get ready, otherwise we're going to be late for the first class of the year, Knuckles told them. The other three nodded, and they headed towards the entrance. The autumn wind started to pick up again. God, it's cold out, Amy muttered. Not really, just the wind, Knuckles told her. Yeah, your words really help, Knuckles, she said, a tone of sarcasm in her voice. She then sighed. My first day of high school. It's not really all that it's cracked up to be. It's better than middle school, yeah. It's honestly no much better, Sonic told her. She frowned a bit, and Shadow nodded agreeing. Crushing dreams already this year, Sonic? Knuckles asked, smirking. It's okay. I should stick to reality instead of Hollywood here, Amy told him. The four then walked through the double doors, and the school presented itself with a long pearl-white hallway lined with blue lockers, and of course the spaces for the doors in between at regular intervals. A red female hedgehog was a table. She was literally just a table. They used other hedgehogs as furniture. A red female hedgehog was a table by the entrance, and there was a line. Sonic guessed it was for their schedule sheets. Come on over here, Sonic pointed out. The three followed him till they got in a line. So what did you guys do over summer? Knuckles asked. Me? I pretty much did what I always do. Relax, run around, eat, sleep. Simple as that, Sonic told him. Of course, Sonic said nothing about him and Shadow being together. He then glanced at Shadow, who looked back. How about you, Amy? The echidna asked. Me? I went to a nearby youth center and helped around there for a bit, and I started learning how to drive. I could pretty much do it by now. Other than that, it was just shopping and hanging out with Cream, she explained. Cool. Shadow? He then asked. Do you need to know? Well, no, not. Then butt out, Shadow finished, cutting Knuckles off. The line moved up, and so did they, as they continued the conversation. What about you, Knuckles? The rosy pink hedgehog asked. Me, the usual, hitting the gym, protecting the Master Emerald, breaking punching bags, same old, he told her. All right then, she muttered, wondering to herself why she even bothered asking. Shadow then stepped next to Sonic, and Sonic glared at him again. Why didn't you wake me up? Sonic hissed, barely audible so only Shadow heard it. Well, I didn't think you'd sleep in on the first day of school. Plus, you look too cute to wake up while you were sleeping, Shadow whispered back, a slight grin on his face. I'm a little bit uncomfortable, not gonna lie. Still, Sonic muttered. Tell you what, I won't do it again, I promise, Shadow told him. All right, Sonic said. Amy then finally stepped up to the desk. The teacher, a red female hedgehog, sporting a pair of glasses, a green slimming shirt, and a pair of jeans. She had a totally rockin' bod. That was just some flavor text I added. Added onto that were a pair of 1-inch heels. Your name, the teacher asked. Amy Rose, Amy told her. The woman then flipped through the schedule pages until she found Amy's. She then handed it to her. Welcome to Mobius High School, Miss Rose, the teacher told her. Amy then took the sheet and smiled. Thank you, Amy replied, stepping to the side, apparently waiting for the rest of us. Is this now in first person, all of a sudden? Waiting for the rest of us? Who's the narrator now? I thought it was just the random guy. I really don't know at this point. I'm just trying to get things going. Knuckles then walked up. The teacher then cut him off. I'm well aware of who you are, Knuckles. You started most of the fights in the cafeteria last year and got plenty of detentions for your trouble. I hope we don't have a repeat performance, she told him. She then handed him his schedule. All right, Knuckles replied, a small grimace on his face. He then stepped next to Amy, reading his new schedule. Next was Shadow. Name? She asked. Shadow followed the same routine as the other two and received his schedule. Sonic then stepped up. But Sonic was suddenly stopped as the paper was handed to him before he could finish saying his name. Of course I know who you are. Now move along, she told him. He nodded and joined the others, and they began walking down the semi-crowded halls of the school. Amy was admiring her new surroundings as thoughts flew through her head as she wondered what her first day would be like. Shadow, as usual, was looking straight ahead, almost ignoring everyone. Knuckles was looking around for familiar faces from his previous year, and Sonic was just casually walking next to Shadow, a grin on his face. Hey guys, a familiar voice called out. The four then turned around to see one of their good friends, Miles Tails Prower. Tails for short. Hey Tails. Great to see you, Amy said. Sonic nodded. Happy to see his best friend once again. Shadow had the same indifferent look on his face. Knuckles managed a small smile, but turned back around and kept walking. Knuckles, Tails asked. What? If we don't keep going, we'll be late for class, Knuckles told them. I have AP Math. Nice start for my freshman year, Tails said. None of them were surprised he got into the class. After all, he was probably the smartest kid at Mobius. On Mobius? Is it? Alright, he's on top of the school now. How about you guys? I've got biology, then gym, Sonic told them. I have gym after my first class, Shadow said. That's great, Sonic told him. I have physics class first, Amy mumbled. Sonic disappointed that she wasn't in the same class as Sonic, because she's really fucking obsessed with Sonic. Like, I don't think you guys realize. Have you guys ever, played any of the Sonic video games or watched the cartoons? She literally wants to marry this hedgehog, because he's so fucking fast. I don't get it. What is so appealing about this asshole? Look at that fucking face. Look at that fucking face. Anyway. Hey, I have the same first class too, Knuckles told her. Good to know, Amy muttered, even more disappointed. Hey, Amy, cheer up, Tails told her. Alright, let's get to class, Shadow told them. See ya, Tails told them, running towards his first class of high school. Alright, Amy, let's get to class, Knuckles told her. Fine, see you later, Sonic, she said. And the two walked to physics class, turning their backs on Ebony and Azure. Why are we calling them, by their color, and why does it have to be such fancy color names? Black and blue. It kind of works like that. The hallway was completely empty now, as Sonic then stepped up to Shadow and rested a kiss on his lips. The kiss lasted several seconds before the two broke apart. Good luck, Sonic told him. Same for you, Shadow replied, smirking. Then in the blink of an eye, Sonic sped away, leaving Shadow to walk to his class. That was a Sonic/fiction about Sonic and Shadow the Hedgehog. If you enjoyed this ASMR style reading of this /fiction, be sure to follow us on YouTube. And check out the /fiction author himself. I provided a link to this /fiction in the description below. I hope you all enjoyed this story about a blue steak. Thank you very much.